Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Me, Mighty Snail. Now, after somewhat of a an indecisive end to the last video, I have decided that what I am going to do is I am going to lease the fertilizer spreader and obviously buy some fertilizer. And I am going to, because it cost me about £3,000, and I didn't really want to spend that just on doing the grass. So I've decided what I will do is I will lease it, and I will fertilise the field of grass. I will fertilise this field so that it has at least one layer of fertilisation for planting, and the same with, yes, I know it's a field of weeds, but it has no fertilizer, so it'll give it a fertilization state. I've also had a quick look at contracts, and there are a few good ones here, and I was thinking what I can do is do these. This will give us a lot of extra income for not very much work. So I think the plan moving forward is to get these contracts underway, lease the fertilizer spreader, and get the fertilizing done. Now, crop wise, I am thinking of possibly planting oats, because first in the production line that I was looking at potentially would probably be something like the grain mill. It's going to cost me, let's have a look, in production, there we are, it is, the grain mill. It will cost 96,000 to buy, but obviously it produces flour. Then I was thinking next step would then possibly be something like the bakery, so that we can obviously start the production line process, and hopefully if we can get some animals, then we can start producing, if we have some cows, we'll start producing things like milk. Anyway, let's head to contracts. I think what I'm going to do, again, another sneaky contract, is I will borrow the items, so this one, and then for these two here, say I will sneak around while I'm borrowing it, and no one will ever know. So the Rossamash RSM 2375, look at this, it's massive, look at it. Okay, so let's have a look on the map. So to say we have got field 6, 33 and 36. Well, I think probably if I head up and start with field 6, that's probably the place to begin. It's big and it's slow, but it will get us there. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the destination, and I will let a worker truck it up there. There we go. Now he should should make his own way up there. Oh, no, he's having a fit. What's going on? There we are. I had a little moment of madness there, and he's off. Off he goes. Right, we will see him up there. What's he doing now? No, it's no good. I'm gonna have to do it myself. It usually works for most vehicles. Maybe it's just the size of this one, I don't know. But no, looks like I'm going to have to take it up there, so... I think it just gets confused by the cars and the traffic and whatnot. Right, okay, so here we are. I will get cracking on getting this one done. Oh, it doesn't want to pull, does it, behind me? Right, there we go. Right, I will cultivate this one. We'll get this all finished up here. And then what I'll do is I'll see you once I'm finished on this one. And I will head down. I won't make you suffer the slow journey. We'll skip that and head down to the next field, get that one working, and then we can look at getting some fertilizing done as well. Okay, so we have the first field contract completed. So I think what I'm going to do with this one is I will do the headland, and then I think probably what I will do is then leave it for a worker to finish up whilst I head over and start fertilizing the fields that I have. So I am still hoping that the grass will grow between now and the end of the year so that we can get some silage done. I don't know exactly how long it will take to ferment. I know with FS19 it was very quick, but I doubt it will be as quick as that on here. The silage bales on here as well, they take time to ferment, which I think is a good thing. You know, it's not instant. Whereas I believe not on FS19 it was. So we will shoot round. We'll do this edge, and then I think. In fact, actually, no, saying that, if we start at the other end there, then we'll probably just set the worker off to do the job for me. And then I can shoot on and get on and do what I need to do for my farm. Okay, so there we go. Let the worker do that one. And I can head back over. Let's just skip over. Excellent. Okay, and I will put the weight over here so it's not doesn't end up somewhere that I will lose it. Okay, so let's have a look at spreaders. The Amazon ZATS 3200. So I think we'll lease that. So yeah, so there's a 42 meter working width, which is massive. I've actually seen these. They're on here. They look really small, but I've actually sort of seen them in real life, and they are huge. So let's lease that, yes please. And a bag of fertilizer as well. Spending money again, but I suppose we have to spend money to make money. It's all part of the process. Obviously eventually I'd like some bigger sort of newer machines, but it all takes time. I'm hoping that with the working width on the Amazon, we'll be able to cover all 3 fields, potentially with just the one bag of fertilizer. Might be being a little bit optimistic, but we shall see. Goes. Yeah, I think possibly, definitely, no, probably definitely a little bit optimistic, but I think if I can get at least the grass done and one of the other fields before I need to look at buying any extra, if I can get away with just the one, it will be absolutely ideal, because otherwise, you know, for the price of the fertilizer, that would be very reasonable, but we shall see. And I know it seems like madness fertilizing a field of weeds, but it needs to be done. It needs to be fertilized anyway, and obviously when we prep it for seeding, or we seed it, we will get rid of the weeds. So it's quite hard to judge how far this will go. So let's have a look. So yeah. Oh crikey, it's massive. That is a massive area. Right, well let's get this one done. I think possibly we'll be able to get this done in just a couple of passes. Try not to squash anybody else's crops. I can see where I've been. Am I covering it? Yeah, I'm covering it quite easily. In fact, very easily. Would you look at that? Now, know with this one, you can. I've got the help window on so you can see what I'm doing. Get the right one. You can adjust the working width. So it's now down to 18 meters. So I think this last edge. Is that enough? Yeah, there you go. So that's actually covering, provided they go in a straight line, the whole area. Look at that. Perfect. And I've used very little fertilizer, so now we can get out and have a look. So 50% fertilised, and it gives us a yield bonus of 58% rather than the little 38. So if we go back onto the maximum working width again. Ooh. Yeah, it does. That covers beautifully. Look at that. So yes, as I was saying, I'm thinking of obviously, say, putting oats in the field here, and looking at the grain mill, because you can produce flour, which can then be used in other production lines, or can just be sold. Nope, I missed that tiny little bit on the end there, but I'm not going to worry about that. It does say this covers absolutely. I can't believe how much it covers. I don't think I'm going to have enough to cover the other field. We've used just over half now of what we started off with. But we shall see. I aim for somewhere in the middle here. We'll go for that. Well, 3 passes to do a field this size is not bad at all. That's actually quite cost effective. And of course, having done the contracts, that's going to cover the cost of the lease of the spreader, and obviously the fertilizer. So we have 274 litres left. I think so. We've got crop destruction on as well, so I'm in the process of killing the weeds. Look. Well, let's have a go. See how far the last of this fertilizer goes. I suppose I could just drive around the field and crush all the weeds. That'd be one way of getting rid of them. Obviously I'm not worried about squashing them. Oh look, and there's our honey. We've got 3.5 pallets now, which is ideal. I'm quite pleased with that. That's coming along quite nicely. Just the 2 beehives. Okay, if we head down here, and then in a minute we can have a look on the map and just see if I did manage to miss anything. Probably. Oh, come on, come on. Got 70, 60, 58. Whoa. If I've done all 3 with 1 bag, I'll actually be quite pleased with that. So where are we? We're down here somewhere. There we go. Well, actually that's not bad. I missed those 2 little corners there, but we can wonder if I can sneakily, just with a little dab, cover that area. And I am going to drive across the field because it gets rid of those horrible weeds. I wonder. Oh, go off, go off, go off. Let's have a look. Hey, look at that. And if we reduce the working width right the way down, we might be able to just about, you can see where I've been, cover this last little area here. Let's have a look. I think we most, yeah, certainly have. Let's have a look now. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I am very, very pleased. Just get rid of the last of it. Lovely. Yeah, so I'm pleased with that. There's 1 bag, covers those 3 fields, and they've got at least 50% fertilisation on. We've increased our yield bonus for the grass as well, which hopefully will keep growing. The honey is starting to produce nicely. I haven't looked at the prices for honey recently, but we will have a look. But for now, let's return the spreader. Lovely. And then we can go and check on our man working in the field. There we go. So return. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so let's give a look. Right, okay, so he's busy over here. This is a massive field. I think what I will do now is I'll finish these up, and then I will. He's indicating for some reason. I will see you when this one's done. Right, okay. Last little strip here. The contract has actually finished, but I don't like leaving the field sort of incomplete and just ending the contract. I know some people do, that's fine. But yeah, we are nearly done. That's all 3 contracts then complete. I do like this tractor. It's got some pulling power. So definitely it's not my favourite tractor. As I say, I like the class, and I also like the New Hollands. There is a lot of New Hollands where I live, and also a lot of Fendt as well. Right, so contract complete. All three are now complete, so we can collect on those. Oop. Lovely. So if we head back over to the farmyard, it's now 4 minutes past 5, so it's obviously taken us all day to carry out the contracts and fertilise the fields. The bees, look at that, lovely, are still producing honey really, really nicely. And if we go up, we can have a look. If you scroll down in this section, it says finances. The money we made from contracts today was £25,108, which isn't a bad day, and that's brought the balance for the bank account back up to 120,980, which I think is actually pretty good. Now I know I used a worker for some of it, but as you can see, the wage payment was actually only 558. So literally, well, yeah, that's not too bad, is it? Just over 24,500 really, once you've less the expenses of the worker. So ideal. Next step, I think, hopefully the grass will keep growing. The bees are still producing honey. We will get a slightly better, in fact, yes, it's ready to harvest, so ideal. So I think in the next episode we'll be cutting grass, but I think I'm not just going to do this little bit around here. I'm going to do the edges of the fields as well and get as much as I can to then obviously get, as I say, put into the silage plant, because come January the prices for the silage will be better, the prices for the wheat that we have will be better, and I don't know on prices of honey, but we can have a look. It's somewhere. There we go. Honey. So it's currently at £2,942, which is pretty reasonable. Some local fluctuations, but it does go up to, well, crikey, well, 3,360, and that's in March. So I think what I will do is obviously say we'll keep the silage. We'll sell that at the beginning of the year along with the wheat to make as much money as we can possibly for the farm, and I will just leave the honey to keep building up through to March. So we've got another, what, 4-5 months ish until the honey's ready to sell. So by then I think we're going to have a really nice stack of honey, so then obviously we can get it loaded up and popped onto our lovely shiny trailer here, get it sold. So actually not too bad a day. It's a bit of a slow day when you're just cultivating or, you know, spraying the fertilizer, although that was very quick. The weeds are growing lovely here. Look at that field of weeds. But hey, but anyway, well, thank you very much for watching, guys. Say, and as always, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Drop a comment on what you think we should be doing next with the farm. Should we be buying more fields, planting different crops, what kind of production lines you would like to see. But as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, guys, take care.